After 3 races in the 2025 F1 season, it's clear that Lewis Hamilton's stint at Ferrari isn't unfolding as he had hoped. He joined the team with ambitions of securing an 8th World Championship, yet he finds himself languishing in 8th place in the standings. To make matters worse, he has gained only half the points of the rookie driver who took his place at Mercedes and trails the championship leader Lando Norris by 47 points. The Japanese Grand Prix essentially hinged on the outcomes of Saturday's qualifying. Hamilton did manage to move up the order on race day, being the sole driver among the top 10 starters to gain a position. However, his qualifying performance left much to be desired, as he was noticeably slower than his teammate. Hamilton has pointed fingers at the team for the gap of 0.3 of a second, citing inconsistencies between the two Ferrari cars. Today we will delve into Hamilton's surprising claims and explore how Ferrari plans to address the issue, so stick around. Ultimately, Hamilton climbed to 7th place, overtaking Isaac Hadjar, but couldn't catch up to Antonelli, his successor at Mercedes. The talented Italian rookie has made history by scoring points in each of his first 3 F1 races, a feat last achieved by Hamilton himself back in 2007. Antonelli also shattered Hamilton's fastest lap record at Suzuka, taking the title of the youngest lap record holder in F1 history by just 0.018 seconds. Although Lewis gained a position during the race, most of the damage had already been done during the qualifying round. At Suzuka, overtaking turned out to be nearly impossible, resulting in a tough challenge for Hamilton. Starting 4 places behind his teammate due to a 0.3 time gap, he struggled to secure a good position in Sunday's race. Despite a promising start, Lewis couldn't keep pace with Antonelli, and as the race wore on, he fell further behind his teammate in the Mercedes. Today's race was really difficult for us. We lacked the speed to compete with the leaders, and we'll be focusing hard on fixing that for the upcoming races. My car setup felt generally okay, but it didn't quite give me everything I needed, Hamilton reflected. But Lewis's struggles go beyond Ferrari's overall performance issues. He mentioned a particular problem with his car that hampered his ability to compete. This issue hasn't affected Leclerc and is partly why Hamilton has been trailing his new teammate in the first 3 races this year. Remember back in China, despite Leclerc suffering from a damaged front wing throughout the race, he still outpaced Hamilton. The stark performance gap between the 2 Ferraris that day may not have been entirely Hamilton's fault, suggesting a potential issue with the car setup. If the problem is resolved, I'm losing significant time every lap, which underscores the vital role of qualifying. When pressed on the topic and amid rumours in the paddock about a rear-end issue, Hamilton mentioned, "The team is aware. They aren't sure why it's occurring. Hopefully, the arrival of a new part will resolve it. I'm quite satisfied with the pace I showed during the race, and the team performed well overall. Riccardo, Adami and I collaborated effectively, moving forward with optimism. Ferrari is unable to run Lewis's car as low as desired following the disqualification of both Hamilton and Leclerc from the Chinese Grand Prix due to excessive wear on the plank. It's unclear if the plank wear in China is connected to Hamilton's car issues. Astonishingly, Hamilton is left waiting for components to address the problem. Teams always carry extra parts for all aspects of their cars, so replacing malfunctioning pieces should be straightforward, right? However, Hamilton mentioned he's waiting for a new part to resolve the issue, whereas Ferrari ought to have backups ready for everything. Does that mean Ferrari's spare parts are flawed too? And if so, why isn't Leclerc facing the same trouble? It seems unlikely that Ferrari botched a couple of parts, but somehow managed to fit Leclerc's car with the one that works. It's all quite puzzling, honestly. The situation is filled with confusing elements. It seems there might be more going on behind the scenes that Ferrari and Hamilton aren't disclosing. In another interview, Hamilton expressed his hope for positive updates in the next race. During the first 3 races, there's been a notable discrepancy between the 2 car setups, with one aspect on Hamilton's side not performing as expected. It's interesting to note that despite everything, the outcome was as good as it could get. In the initial moments of the race, commentators David Croft and Jacques Villeneuve noticed something peculiar about Hamilton's car. Observing how the back of his car wobbled, it became evident that Hamilton was grappling with rear-end grip issues. Croft remarked that Ferrari's rear didn't appear very stable, to which Villeneuve agreed, noting the Ferrari seemed to skid quite a bit. He pointed out that the car's movement and sliding were causing the tyres to heat up, which wouldn't bode well for extended runs, suggesting that Hamilton might wear out his rear tyres faster than his competitors. Whatever this odd problem is, we'll have to wait for this weekend's Bahrain Grand Prix to see if Ferrari's new component can fix the performance gap Hamilton is facing. It's a baffling scenario. Even though Hamilton is dealing with this strange rear-end trouble, Ferrari's start to the season has been disappointing. They ended 2024 neck and neck with McLaren in terms of performance, leaving many to anticipate they'd be contending fiercely for this year's Constructors' Championship as they did last year. Right now, Ferrari is nowhere near being a championship contender. They find themselves in a distant fourth place, trailing behind Red Bull, who have only one driver consistently scoring points, Mercedes with a new rookie on board and a formidable-looking McLaren team. Currently, they're closer in performance to teams like Williams, Haas and Aston Martin than catching up to Red Bull. Within Ferrari, there's a growing sense of disappointment as they have missed opportunities to build on their potential from 2024. But before I dive into why their prospects don't look promising anytime soon, if you're enjoying this video and want to stay updated on all the action from next weekend's Bahrain Grand Prix, please hit the like button and subscribe to F1 Reverse. Your support really helps us out, so thank you. After a lackluster beginning to the season, it's evident that Ferrari needs to step up to avoid their worst performance since the disastrous 2020 season. Following last weekend's race, Leclerc voiced concerns about the SF25's speed after just 3 races. Despite giving it their all, they still finished far behind. The good news is they made the most of what they had. The bad news is they simply lacked the necessary speed. I'm optimistic about making the most of the car for the rest of the year, but if we're only managing P4, that's not exactly a cause for celebration. This presents a somewhat bleak outlook for Ferrari right now, but it's understandable given how high expectations were for this season from the team and its supporters. If Ferrari hopes to contend for the top spots as the season progresses, they'll definitely need some upgrades. However, anyone hoping for a quick turnaround might end up disappointed. Following last weekend's race, Fred Vasseur remarked that simply improving raw performance won't solve Ferrari's issues. Updates are on the horizon, but the immediate priority is addressing the car's balance problems and maximising its current capabilities. Although there's untapped potential, the situation demands a sensible, measured approach. Even with updates, dramatic changes are unlikely for Ferrari or their competitors. Vasseur emphasised the need for steady progress, one step at a time. Achieving balance is challenging. It's the instability of the Red Bull that has kept Verstappen's teammates from earning any points this season. In the past, balance issues caused Ferrari to remove upgrades to improve car stability. Fixing a car's handling issues like oversteer or understeer has been quite a challenge for many teams under today's rules. It often takes much more than just running simulations. To really make a difference, teams need substantial upgrades, and relying on these takes ages. But what are your thoughts? Can Ferrari come back strong? And what are your opinions on the puzzling issue with Hamilton's car that's been slowing him down by mere tenths of a second? Thank you for watching. If you liked the video, subscribe to the channel and leave a comment below. See you in the next video.